All right, so now we're going to solve these two inequalities. The one rule, we solve inequalities just like we solve equations. Get x by itself, move everything to the other side. Just like we do equations, there's just one difference. When you have an inequality, if you divide or multiply both sides by a negative, you got to reverse the inequality. That's not going to happen here, but it will happen here. So let me do it one case where we don't have to reverse the inequality and one example where we do. So here, again, we solve just like we do equations. We need to get x by itself. To get rid of 8, well, because 8 is added, the opposite of adding 8 is subtracting, and we subtract from both sides. 8's cancel, we're left with 2x. Leave the same inequality. 20 minus 8 is 12. Again, to get x by itself, these two things are multiplied. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we divide by 2. 2 over 2 is 1, and 1 times x is x. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So there's our solution. All the numbers less than or equal to 6, when I plug them in the original problem, it's going to work. Work meaning that when I pick any number less than or equal to 6, when I plug it in here and do that, add these together, the result's going to be less than or equal to 20. So, what is this in interval notation? Negative infinity to 6, all the numbers less. We have negative infinity up to 6. We always put parentheses around infinities. This is an equal, so we put a bracket, just like we explained in the last video. Now let's solve this. So yes, I could add 3x to both sides, but to illustrate reversing the inequality when we multiply or divide by a negative, I'm going to subtract x. But again, we could add 3x. But like I said, let me subtract x from both sides of this inequality. Negative 3x and negative 1x is negative 4x. Bring down the 1. X take away x is 0, and 0 minus 19 is minus 19. Or again, we just say those cancel. Now, since the x is on the left side, we need to move the numbers to the right side. The opposite of adding 1 is subtracting 1. So we subtract 1. These cancel, or they add to 0. 0 plus negative 4x is negative 4x. Negative 19 and negative 1 is negative 20. Now, to get x by itself, these two quantities are multiplied, negative 4 times x. The opposite of multiplying is dividing, but when I divide by a negative, I've got to reverse my inequality. So negative 4 over negative 4 is 1, and 1 times x is x. Because I divided by a negative, I reverse. Negative 20 over negative 4 is positive 5, and this is our solution. X can be any number bigger than 5, or any number from 5 up to infinity. Around infinities, we always use parentheses. There is no equal underneath the 5, so therefore we put a parentheses around the 5. This is the answer in interval notation.